Ever wondered what it's like to run on the Zamboni at a Blues game? Sign up for the home team at OnTheRunSTL.com for your chance to win 4 all-access tickets to a late-season Blues game, including a ride on the Zamboni. Sign up at OnTheRunSTL.com.
TPC with another online edition of the Ice Report right here on 101ESPN.com. We're taking a look at the final 10 games for the Blues in the 2009-2010 regular season schedule. Who knows, by the time you see this, they could be 10 or more points back of a potential playoff spot in the Western Conference. If that's the case, there won't be enough games left, and it won't be long before they're mathematically eliminated. It would take a miracle. They'd have to go 8-1-1 basically over those final 10 to get to 94 points, and most people think it will take 94 points to get in the playoffs. So, unfortunately, we're going to assume that they're not going to get there. How do you handle those final 10 games? I would like to see Ty Conklin get a lot of playing time because it looks like, assuming the Blues don't have a miraculous run and make the playoffs, it looks like Chris Mason probably won't be back. They'll probably go in a different direction in terms of goaltending. Ty Conklin, the other netminder, is a guy who does still have a year left on his contract. It's not a real expensive contract, so he could probably stay here, be the backup, or worst case scenario, be a starter next year. Give him a bunch of games in a row. See what he can do beyond what he's already done on the road, which has been pretty good. He's won 10 games, at least 10 games in total. 9 of those have been road games. On the blue line, bring up Jonas Jundlund from Peoria. See what the Swedish defenseman has and see what he can provide in maybe a handful of games before the end of the season. And then as you look towards the forwards, I'd like to see Lars Eller get a call up from Peoria. See what he can do. Paul Kariya's had a great year. 19 goals. You'd love to see him finish with 20, but if you get mathematically eliminated and you know that you're not going to be in the second season and you know that you're not going to bring him back, he's a costly free agent, they'd like to get that contract off their books, sit him down, create a space for a guy like Lars Eller, who's been very good this year in Peoria, and see what he can do at this level, again, through not just one game, not just a spot start, if you will, or a spot appearance, but through a string of games to see what he can do and if he can consistently perform at this level. I also want to see some guys hit some plateaus. At top line, you're talking about Kariya playing with Oshie and David Backes. Oshie and Backes, last check, had 15 goals. I'd like to see one or both hit 20. Asking for both to do that might be a little bit tough as you got less than 10 games left to go in the season. But I'd like to see that. I'd like to see Patrick Berglund finish strong. He's not going to get to 21 goals like he did last year, but still, the youth of this team is the nucleus. You want to see them grow, and even if they fall short of their point totals or goal totals or both from 2009-2010, you still want to see them finish strong and not just merely throw these games away. So that's what I would like to see, assuming there's no postseason, from the Blues in the final stretch. TPC with another online Ice Report brought to you by our friends from On the Run at Mobile right here on 101ESPN.com.